Thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Falkers. And first tonight, dozens of descendants of Black Portlanders are suing the city, among others, demanding that they make up for what a historical wrong has done decades ago. 171 families were forced from their homes in the central Albina neighborhood by a hospital expansion project that never happened. Our Alma McCarty went through that lawsuit tonight. So Alma, what are the main takeaways here?
Well, Brittany, the suit alleges a conspiracy between city leaders and what is now Legacy Emanuel Hospital in the 1960s and 70s to remove Black people from the neighborhood under a false name of progress and the removal of blight. The group and the families behind the suit are seeking tangible justice beyond symbolic apologies, including financial restitution for their losses.
More than 50 years ago, families in the central Albina district in North Portland, a predominantly Black community, were forced out of their neighborhood and their homes demolished in order for Emanuel Hospital to expand. In a newly filed federal lawsuit, 26 Black descendants of families displaced from central Albina say the destruction of homes led to the destruction of a vibrant, close-knit, and thriving community, and the deprivation of inheritance, intergenerational wealth, and opportunity. The suit also alleges the city, the former Portland Development Commission, and Emanuel Hospital acted out of, quote, pure racism, removing families from the economically desirable neighborhood under the guise of addressing urban blight for a hospital expansion that never happened. KGW spoke with the group Emanuel Displaced Persons Association 2 earlier this year.
This battle's been going on since it started, right? Since the 60s and 70s. I'm just the latest iteration. My grandmother's house and my granddaddy's tavern was just down there across the street. It was demolished and they were not compensated.
In the more than 50-page lawsuit, the descendants of families who lived in central Albina described the importance of these homes within the community, the struggles they faced when they were forced out, and just how much the homes would be worth now had they not been razed. Many estimated their worth at more than $500,000. The group and families suing told KGW they are not doing interviews at this time, but provided a statement that reads, in part, "This lawsuit is about reconciling the past and correcting for the future. Our families worked tirelessly to afford their homes and plan for their futures. The actions of the city, Prosper Portland, and Legacy Emanuel continue to affect us to this day as our loss of income continues and our well-being is disregarded. We are ready for this fight, which is not just for us, but for our parents, our grandparents, and for future generations as well."
We reached out to the city, to Prosper Portland, which was formerly the Portland Development Commission, and to Legacy Emanuel. So far, a spokesperson for Legacy Emanuel responded, saying they've received a copy of the lawsuit and are evaluating the complaint. We're still waiting to hear back from the other two, and we'll keep you posted. Brittany?
All right, Alma, thank you. Now to developing news in Clark County. Police are investigating what they believe was an attempted murder-suicide in Washougal. It's in the area of Southeast Sunset View Road and Evergreen Highway. Authorities say they found a man and a woman both shot in that home near that area. The woman did not survive. The man is in critical condition. Police say they got word something was wrong when a man called 911 from the home saying he'd heard a gunshot in the house and was going to investigate. Unfortunately, this is the second suspected murder-suicide attempt in Clark County in as many days. If you or someone you know needs help, you can reach out to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline anytime. Just dial or text the number on your screen, 988. Also in developing news, 4 people have been cited or arrested after a Portland storefront openly selling illegal psychedelic mushrooms was raided by police. Here's a look at some of the confiscated drugs from Shroom House. In total, law enforcement seized 22 pounds of illegal psychedelic mushrooms and more than $13,000 in cash. You may remember the controversial storefront attracted long lines of customers waiting over the past week. Oregon's legal psilocybin program, created under Measure 109, will allow people 21 and over to take the substance in a regulated, therapeutic clinical setting when it takes effect next year. But even then, the retail sale of psilocybin is not allowed. Oregon Senator Elizabeth Steiner, who campaigned for Measure 109, said she's glad that police shut down Shroom House.
I'm very sad, frankly, that people thought it was a good idea to do this, because it's taking away, potentially, although I hope not, from the very real therapeutic promise of psilocybin when used properly.
2 of those arrested are facing numerous felony drug and money laundering charges, while the other 2 were cited. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines, 7 people were arrested as part of a retail theft bust in Clackamas. They range in age from 16 to 54. Sheriff's deputies say the suspects tried to walk out of a Home Depot on 82nd Avenue with more than $1,000 in stolen goods. That included a drone, a faucet, multiple spray paint cans, and other items. Across the metro, retailers say shoplifting has reached new heights, and thieves often have no fear of being caught. The Bonneville Power Administration is investigating vandalism and damage of its equipment at a substation in Clackamas. It comes as threats against the power grid have gone up here and nationally. Yesterday, PGE also confirmed a different attack at a separate substation in Clackamas. A recent federal memo warned of such attacks in Oregon and Washington following attacks on substations in North Carolina. The FBI is investigating both local incidents. And physicians are urging the public to once again wear masks indoors. During a briefing with the Oregon Health Authority today, clinicians warned about the state's hospital capacity crisis due to a surge in respiratory illnesses. The state epidemiologist revealed that while the worst of RSV is likely behind us, influenza is not. Flu cases have doubled week after week for the past 5 weeks. They're also advising people to wash their hands regularly and stay up to date with vaccinations. Now to our homeless crisis. Mayor Ted Wheeler met with Portland's business community today to outline his sweeping plan to tackle homelessness. Last week, City Council approved $27 million to pay for it. The plan includes ending unsanctioned homeless camping by the summer of 2024 by putting homeless people into 6 large designated camping sites, each equipped with hygiene services and caseworkers. He says it's needed, seeing as wait lists for affordable housing are 5 to 7 years long.
And if we truly care about connecting people to services and helping them get off and stay off the street, then they need to be in a location where we have a reasonable shot, we have a fighting chance of connecting them to services.
The mayor is also asking Multnomah County to pitch in funding, but says the county's current budget won't cover his plan. The head of a Portland nonprofit that's focused on racial justice is now on leave. The president of the board of Brown Hope says that there are multiple serious allegations against Cameron Whitten. We talked with Whitten earlier this week about his organization's plan to give 25 black families a guaranteed income. We asked him today about the new allegations, but he wouldn't get into specifics. He says there are some issues he's noticed as CEO of Brown Hope, and he plans to be transparent when he meets with the board next week. We did get a statement from board president Gregory McKelvey. It didn't explain why Whitten is on leave, but he wrote, quote, "The decision to place Mr. Whitten on leave is not one we enjoyed or took lightly, and we hope that this issue can be resolved in accordance with our organization's values in the near future."